So, Lavanya, I'm very happy to connect you today for the first time.
Yes, ma'am.
So, would you like to introduce yourself to me and for my viewers too? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. So, my name is Lavanya and I'm from Chhattisgarh and I'm staying in Raigad city and Chhattisgarh capital of Raipur, but I'm staying in Raigad city. And if you talk about my education, so I have my degree, BSc Science, Biology, and now I'm doing master degree. It's my final year, like special educator, and I have my own business. It's a saloon, ma'am. And if you talk about my hobby, so I love cooking, dancing, reading, writing. But nowadays I'm learning English because I enhance my communication skills and body language, ma'am. Because it's a global language, so that's the reason nowadays I'm focusing only for spoken English. All about me.
Very nice, very nice. Lovely to have your introduction actually. Okay. So,
Thank.
you are calling me from Chhattisgarh, you mentioned, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, you have done with your BSc. BSc completed, right?
Yes, ma'am. Now I'm doing master degree. It's my final year.
So, master's in which subject?
It's a special educator, ma'am. Handicapped child, and they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. That's good. Okay. So, like, it is a two years course, right?
Yes, ma'am. Only for 2 years, so it's my final year.
Okay. So everybody is like they are physically challenged, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so how you take the like all those exercises and all that? It's difficult now to with those children.
Yes, ma'am. It's too difficult, and there are some child, listen properly, and like crazy type and GT type. So I teach them.
So how do you do like how do you do thought like let me do masters in this subject? You could have done in your any science subjects also like zoology, botany, in any subject you have done. Yeah.
In our Chhattisgarh, so there are no any that types environment. So that's why I choose this subject. So there are so many, I mean to say, job available. So that's reason. No any competitive. So that's why I
Hmm.
choose this subject.
Yeah, something new for me because I never in my life really in my life I have never heard about that master you can do in such a subject. Okay, so what
Yes,
the subject is called as what it is called as physical education for the disabled, right?
yes,
We call them physically challenged, right? Okay, okay,
yes.
okay, okay.
So
So
ma'am,
like you are, yes, yes.
we are meeting for the first time. So please introduce yourself.
Yes, 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 why not? It's my pleasure, to introduce myself to you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as you know, Lavanya, my name is Alka, and I'm a senior citizen, and I'm
Yes.
calling you from Lucknow, it's the capital of UP.
Okay.
If you talk about my academics, sorry, my throat is very bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about my academics, then I'm postgraduate in English. And
Okay.
about my hobbies, I love reading, I'm listening to music. And
Mm,
nowadays, actually, what every hobby of mine is left behind. And the
okay.
foremost hobby is become like spoken English. You see, like we have and daily I want to have conversation to develop my fluency.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may I ask you why you want to like develop your English? Is there anything like in the future you want to have a job? I think that's
Ma'am,
why, right?
actually, ma'am, I already mentioned the I want to become a special educator, so that's reason. And first, it's a interview basis, so that's reason I improve my communication skills because nowadays every want only for English language. So it's a very helpful. Even there are so many like I mean to say whenever go for school, so
Yes.
only for English medium school. So that's the reason I want to improve my spoken English and easily connect with her also.
So like to be you are in post graduation. So for that I think you took some training also. So how to do exercises with them, how to handle those children. So
Yes,
you took some, yeah, you took some training also for that. Did you
yes,
take?
Yes, ma'am. I take especially for a special child. So I go there and I teach them. So it's a big room and five, three, four. You mean to say teacher and all. So there are so many and sometimes camp and also I go there and I treat them.
Okay, so you take some classes also with them, like spoken or written? They can't read and write, right?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, they can't read and write and understand also. So I have there are so many instruments to how to read and how to grow and how to speak. So sometimes I do that type situation and all, and I can handle, ma'am.
Very nice, very nice. So they, like some children, maybe they they have wheelchair also with them. Like some children must be having wheelchair. Like they can stand by their own. Like some can stand by their own. And I think some needs like wheelchair. Is it? They need wheelchair also.
Yes, ma'am. And some you mean to say government also they like camps and all. So there are so many children in our camp, and I teach them. So like special educator and speech therapy. So many doctor available, and then
Okay.
treat them. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is something new for me, and I'm so curious to know everything about this. So, like, suppose you're doing masters and you're teaching somewhere in the class, okay? So,
Yes,
with
ma'am.
that, you have some separate classes to teach the children. Suppose
Yes.
there is a teacher, like, so do you have some particular class also there where the children sit over there and you take them perform the exercises or that?
It's like a physical classes type, so it's only for I mean to say one child, at least 1 hour, sometimes 2 hour, like depend on situation, and then I treat.
Okay,
Yeah,
so how many children? So how many children you deal with daily?
daily now I'm not deal with, but earlier like my training time, so at least one day like five, sometimes 10. Depend
Okay.
on our timing type. Like so, earlier I was go for training. So that times my timing like 10 to 1 o'clock. So that
Okay.
times there are so many child. So sometimes I handle 10, 20, depend on timing, ma'am. Timing and
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So, like you are doing masters. After 2 years, you will have a job in this particular this field only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Something very new and something good subject. Like I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
you are a like you are a very kind person. I think because those people who have some kind attitude, yeah, they love to care. I think you are very caring and you have a like kind attitude also. That's why you love this.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. And I'm
And I
very
think, okay. And while training also, well, sometimes like you had a training with them. So did you need to scold them also? Did you ever scolded to them also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because without scolding, how is it they didn't listen properly, and again doing keep like sometimes I'm saying stop right now and sit, so they listen properly and doing like I mean to say crazy type. So that times I scold them.
Yeah, you should like maintain your patience. It's very
Yes,
great, you have to maintain your patience at the same time. We can't
yes, ma'am.
like we can't be rude to them. Now we don't feel like to like sometimes we do get angry with them. It's a human nature, but we don't feel like scolding to them. There's no fault of theirs. They are physically challenged. So what to tell? Yeah, I feel so pity when I see those children. I feel really so pity. And I think some
Yes, ma'am.
children can. There may be some children who can speak well. Is there, or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
speak
Okay.
well and speak well and that type children very intelligent, and
Oh.
very smart types. And when I see so small child and very I mean to say like innocent types, but
Oh.
sometimes sometimes like fighting each other and crying, and I mean to say go outside. So that times I treat them, and there are so many students, and also I teach how to like I have alphabet, and there are so many, I mean to say, like numbering types.
Okay. Okay.
So that types activity I do and I suggest.
Okay. Very nice. So they I think they have like prayers and all that we do know in the school. So they pray also in the
Yes,
like assembly time. They have assembly time.
yes, ma'am. They pray also.
Very.
It's
So what they call
basically
you? They call you what they call you. So I mean, when you go there, when you meet those person, those children, what they call you? They call you ma'am or what they call you?
they call you ma'am also.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yes. They are
Okay.
like I mean to say, it's a there are no any parents, I mean to say, what can I say, like parents, they didn't focus on our child. So that's the reason sometimes child like I mean to say crazy, and that types things and all, and addicted to phone. So that's the reason they what I mean to say, like physically and mentally depressed, because
Oh, okay.
uh,
So
so
like
that
they live, yeah. So they stay here only. There is some accommodation for them to stay here, or they go back home.
no, ma'am. Sometimes I treat how to stay there, and small things I say child, and then starting it's a very critical and very again and again crying, and like sometimes even they also fight me.
Okay. What to
Yes,
say?
ma'am.
Yeah, they don't have proper brains, na? So that's
Mm.
okay. They
That
don't know how to, yeah, don't respect, how to respect, and how to
yes,
like, they don't know all these things. So just out of that reason, they sometimes they are like, they fight with you too. Yeah. Okay. So
yes,
they
ma'am.
fight among themselves also. वो अपने आप में भी लड़ाई करते हैं ना, they fight themselves also. Okay.
So yes, ma'am. Sometimes it's happened, and sometimes they didn't understand properly, and वो like sometimes वो भाग जाते हैं, तो उनको पकड़ के लाना रहता है.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
And what
So
is it? Like, yeah, they can convey like when they want to drink water, or when they go when they want when they sorry when they want to go to the toilet. So that time they tell you that I want to go there.
yes,
I want.
it's a common thing, ma'am. It's a common thing, and they do properly. But one
Okay.
habits, like some people, like some child addicted to phone. Nowadays, every child addicted to phone, and even the 1 minute and 1 second they sit, they didn't sit properly. So that's reason that type situation in our I mean to say, I that type child I teach them.
So do the parents often meet you? The parents come to that institution to meet to the like the teachers or whatever they are. The parents come sometimes to that institution or not to ask how my children are going, how my child is going, how my child is like.
So
Okay.
sometimes I suggest parents and all, don't give phone, and don't do this type situation, and also sometimes hold on receipt, and
Yes.
yeah, so that types hold, and so it's happened, and I suggest them that types medicine eat, and like sleeping time, so that types manage all those things, so definitely your child is grown up, because without discipline and without without timing, so how
Yes.
is it possible? So one child at least sometimes 6 months grown up, and sometimes 1 year, and sometimes 2 years. depend on grow, how to grow.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, Lavanya, I want to end the session, because I have already done with it. So it was nice talking to you, and I
Same.
enjoyed the session. Something it was different, So whatever I asked you, just out of curiosity, I wanted to ask you all those things. And it was
Yes.
nice talking to you. And God
Yeah.
bless you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, ma'am. Bye bye. Take care.